good morning, good evening. This is Dr. Swapna and welcome to your Learn Lab, your one-stop for learning. In this video, I'll be teaching the computation part of chi-square test. The theory part I've already taught in the previous video. In case you have not watched it, I suggest you go back and watch it. I'll add the link in the description. So in this video, we'll be solving a few of the questions from the previous year term and examinations. Let's dive into it. First question that we have is from December 2024. What does it say? Define chi-square. Elucidate its assumptions. Compute chi-square for the following data. The first two parts, the theory, we have already discussed in the previous video. This one carries 6 marks. The second part, the computation part, carries 4 marks and it says compute chi-square for the following data. We have a table where it's given males, females, yes and no. This means there are 10 males who have said yes to something, 10 females who have said yes to something, 10 males who have said no to something, and 10 females who had said no to something. So we have learned that chi-square is all about observed and expected frequencies. And the frequencies that you have in this table of your question is observed frequency. What has been observed by the researcher during his study. Now let's see what we are going to do about this question. The first step is add up the rows and columns. So you make a table, add a column and add a row. Here you have to add all the frequencies of yes right here. Add all the frequencies of no right here. Again, add the total number of males who have participated in the test and right here. Add all the number of females who have participated in the test and write it here. We go to the next slide where I've already added up everything. Here I have everything added up. We have a total of 20 yes, a total of 20 no, 15 males and 25 females. We have to do one more addition. We have to add this. This would give us what? Total number of people who have taken the research or study, or this would be the size of our sample. Here. Now we have the table of observed values. In step 2, we have to make the table of expected values. We already have the observed values. Now we have to use it to get a table of expected values. And for that, we use the formula row total into column total whole divided by overall column total. What does this mean? Let me explain this to you. We have 10 here. This is the observed value. The expected value for this would be row total, which is 15, into column total, which is 20, divided by overall column total, this is 40. Similarly, for this value, our expected frequency will be row total 15 into column total 20 divided by 40. For this value, we have, what is the row total here? 25 into column total 20 divided by 40. Similarly, the last value 15, what will it be? The row total, which is 25 into column total 20 divided by 40. This is for this value, and this is for this value, this is for this value, this is for this value. I have a table here for this. Yeah, so this is the expected values. For the first, row total into column total divided by overall column total. Second value, row total 20 into column total 15 by overall column total 40. Similarly, the third value, now the first value for female, 20 is the row total, 25 is the column total, and the overall column total 40. 20, which is the row total, into 25, which is the column total, into overall total 40. Now this is the values that I've already calculated. Maybe you can pause the video at the previous slide and calculate it and then the cross check. This is the expected values I've got. So now I have both observed value and I have the expected values also. So I think you can guess the next step. What do we do when we have both observed values and expected values? We calculate the How do we calculate the chi-square? We have talked about the formula already in our previous video on theory. So what is the formula? Sum of observed minus expected whole square divided by expected. We apply the same formula here. Okay. So this is the observed value. This is the expected value. What would be the chi-square value for the first observation? It would be observed. What is observed? 10 minus expected. What is expected? 7.5 whole square divided by 7.5. What is for the second value? This is 5. What do we have? 5 minus this 7.5 whole square divided by 7.5. What do we have for the third? For third we have 10 minus 12.5 whole square divided by 12.5. And for the fourth value we have 15 minus 12.5 whole square divided by 12.5. This is the individual chi-square values. Now we have to add all of these to find the sum of all of these. See, I have written all of this here. These are the values, and on adding all these values I'm getting 2.66. This is my final answer for the chi-square. So once you get this value, your question ends here and you have got the 4 marks with you. Theory already explained. So we have 10 marks here for the question that came in December 2024. The second question we have is compute the chi-square for the following data. This is a single computation part, came in December 2023. And what do we have? We have group A, 4 of them said yes, 6 of them said no, 5 of them are undecided. Group B, 5 of them said yes, 10 of them said no, and 5 of them are undecided. And what is this? This is the observed values we have in the question. Now, what is the next step? Next step is we have to add up the rows and columns. So we add the rows and write it here, the second row also, and we add the column and write it here. Here we have the values. My first row total is 15 and the second is 20. First column total is 9, second is 16 and third is 10. What's the next step? We have to add the total sample, that is 15 plus 20. Means we have 35 people who have participated in the study. So here I have the table values, all the observed values. What is step 2? In the step 2 we have to find the expected values. I have already written the expected values here. What was our formula? Row total into column total by overall column total. So what was my first? Here, let's just go through this once. For value 4, what is the row total? 15 into 9 divided by 35. Okay, I've written it here. For second, we have, what is the row total? Again 15 into 16 divided by 35. For third value, we have again 15 into 10 divided by 35. For group B values, again row total. What is row total? 20 into 9 divided by 35. This 20 into 16 divided by 35. Here 20 into 10 divided by 35. So this is the table for your expected values. On calculating, you will get these values. So once we have observed values and expected values, what is the third step? In the third step, we have to calculate the chi-square. And what is the formula for chi-square? Observed minus expected whole square by expected. So how does this go? For our first value, how do we calculate the chi-square value, sorry. What is the observed value? 4 minus 3.86 whole square divided by 3.86. Okay. For second value, what do we do for the second value? That is 6. For this, we have 6 minus this value, 6.86 whole square divided by 6.86. Okay. For third value, what is it? We have 5 minus 4.29 whole square divided by 4.29. Fourth value, which is here, group B ka first value, which is 5 minus 5.14 whole square divided by 5.14. Fifth value, we have the observed value 10 minus the expected value of 9.14 whole square divided by 9.14. Okay, now last one, we have the observed value 5 minus the expected value 5.71 whole square divided by 5.71. So you need to calculate all of this. Maybe you can pause the video and calculate this first and then go on to cross check if you have got the same value as me. So this is the value that I've got, and on adding I got the value 4.17. 4.17, and this is the answer. And if I've got this answer, you have got full 10 marks. Now, would that take more than 5 minutes? Imagine full 10 marks in these 5 minutes. This is what solving statistical questions do. So we'll do another question now. We have compute the chi-square for the following data. This came in June 2023. What do we have? We have a table which says males, females, agree, disagree, which means 10 males agree to something and 10 males disagree to something. 15 females agree to something and 30 females disagree to something. So what do we know? We know that these are the observed values. Okay. So first step, the additions. We add up the rows and totals. Okay. Maybe you can pause it here, make your table, go back, add it. This is what I have got. This is my row table for males 15, row table for females 45, column table here agree 25, column table disagree 35. Next, we have to add the total sample size. We have 60 here. So once the additions are done, what is the second step? Second step is to find the expected values. I have already done it here. So how do we do this? For each value, row total into column total divided by overall column total. So first one we have for 10, 15 into 25 divided by 60 here. For second, again 15 into 35 divided by 16. Third, 45 into 25 divided by 60. Last value we have 45 into 35 divided by 60. On calculating this, I have these values 6.25, 8.75, 18.75 and 26.25. So see, these are my expected values. Once I have observed and expected values, step 3 is calculation of chi-square values. What is the formula for chi-square? Sum of observed minus expected whole square divided by expected. For each individual value, you have to find the observed minus expected whole square divided by expected. So here, for the first value, what is our observed value? 10 minus 6.25 whole square divided by 6.25. What is my second value? This 5. How do we calculate? 5 minus 8.75 whole square divided by 8.75. Third value, 15 minus 18.75 whole square divided by 18.75. Fourth, I have 30 minus 26.25 whole square divided by 26.25. So again, maybe you can pause and calculate. I have calculated it here. Okay, I have a decimal point missing here. Should put it here. Yeah. So in addition, I got 5.15. And if you also get this answer, you have 10 marks. Okay. We'll do one quick last question. This came in December 2022 and it says compute the chi-square for the following data. 10 marks. What do we have? Group A, Group B, agree, disagree. 20 people from Group A agree to something, 25 people from Group A disagree to something. And 16 people from Group B agree to something and 14 people from Group B disagree to something. And what is this? This is the observed values. Now what is the first step? Add up all the rows and columns. So you add 20 and 25 and write it here, and you add 16 and 14 and you write it here. Similarly, you add the columns, write it here, you add the columns, write it here. Okay, what is the next step? Next step is calculating the sample size, which is adding up the grand total of the last column. We have this here. So after we have this observed value table, what is the next step? We have to find the expected values. And how do we calculate the expected values? We have the formula for each entry, row total into column total divided by overall column total. So for 20, what is it going to be? 36 into 45 divided by 75. I have written in this here. For 25, we have 39 into 45 divided by 75. I have written this here. For 16, we have 36 into 30 divided by 75. Okay. And last value 14, I have 39 into 30 divided by 75. On calculating this, I have these values. So after I have both observed and expected values, the next third step is calculation of the chi-square values. And what is the formula? Observed minus expected whole square divided by expected. So this is how we are going to calculate each of the chi-square values. So the first chi-square value is 420 20 minus 21.6 whole square divided by 21.6. Second one, 25 minus 23.4 whole square divided by 23.4. Third value, 16. What is it going to be? 16 minus 14.4 whole square divided by 14.4. And last value, we have 14 minus 15.6 whole square divided by 15.6. So after this, we have to calculate this. I've got the values here. On putting, I get 0.119, 0.109, 0.178 and 0.164, and adding, I got 0.57. I hope the calculation of chi-square is pretty easy. Only 4 steps. First is just add up everything, all the rows and columns. Second step, what do? We calculate the expected values. Okay. Third step, we calculate the individual chi-square values. Fourth step, we add up all the individual chi-square values and we get the final answer, which will give you the 10 marks. Hope this was easy for you. Now, if you decide to practice a few more questions from other PYQs or other sources, these are the online tools that you can use to verify your answers. So I'll add these links in the description also. You can use any of these to check if you got the correct answer or not. So if you understood whatever I have taught you today, please let me know by liking, and you can just subscribe to the channel so that you know when you're going to get the new videos. Also, you can share this with your friends whom you think will need to know chi-square. Stay with me, stay tuned, keep learning with me. Bye bye.